Welcome back, everybody. Stephen Moore, author of the book Free Fall, God's Path for Courage and Boldness. This is session 11, and it's one of these things that can be very awkward sometimes for people of faith to talk about. But boy, it's really cool, though. You're going to be amazed, I think, at what you're going to hear today. There's a quote first from Alfred Lord Tennyson: "There lives more faith in honest doubt, believe me, than half the creeds." Anyway, I have on several occasions talked with believers who came to me and said, "Hey man, I need to talk to someone." And we go to a coffee shop or a private room and we just sit there and they say, "I'm just really struggling with doubt." And it just seems to be such an embarrassing and maybe even an unexpected problem for someone, because we go through phases in our life where we're super excited about Jesus and we just think we can do anything and we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us, and then at some point the doubts arise. Well, I want you to hear something from the Bible, Matthew 28, that is just so cool. Most of us are familiar with Matthew 28 because we call it it's the very end of the Bible. It's where the Great Commission is located. The Great Commission says, "Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, teaching them to observe all that I have commanded you. And behold, I am with you always to the end of the age." Hey, we're familiar with that part of it, but what we're not so familiar with is what was said right before it. Listen to this. Now the 11 disciples, that's everyone except for Judas, because Judas killed himself after he betrayed Christ. "Now the 11 disciples went to Galilee, to the mountain to which Jesus had directed them. And when they saw him, they worshipped him. But some doubted." Some who? Some of the 11? Yeah, think about it. The 11 are the ones who walked with him the whole time of his ministry. Maybe some of them missed little events here and there, but they saw him work miracles, bring people back from the dead, and they heard all of his teachings. And then they saw him killed, and then here we are after the resurrection, and they go to this mountain, and some of them are going, I just don't know if he really is who he says he is. What does that tell us about the nature of faith? The problem with Jesus is that he's too good to be true, but he is true. And we will always struggle with Jesus. And we also have to remember and give credit to the enemy of Jesus, Satan, because he's really good at what he does, man. He gets into our business, but let me just tell you, do not be discouraged. The walk of faith is sometimes difficult. And all that we've said beforehand about having a rabbi, about being connected to your church family, being connected to others that you can share your struggles with, this is just part of the process of growth. So here's what I recommend. Number one, when you experience doubt, first of all, is just give it a name. Okay, just say, "I doubt Jesus right now because of." Is it because of something you're hearing or seeing on the internet? Is it someone who's attacking Christianity and you can't answer that? Well, just say that. Is it just because the claims seem to be too much to handle? Hey, give it that name and then go and bear your burden with someone else. That's the law of Christ, Galatians 6:2. But just know this, don't be ashamed of your doubt. I think going back to that Lord Tennyson quote, I've probably grown more through processing my doubts with others than from anything else, other than perhaps seeing Jesus work in my life when I choose to free fall with him. So expect doubt and don't let that cause you fear. Be excited for growth. That's the last of the steps of growing in faith. And I got one more session, though. I'm going to call it the Jeremiah option, that we'll cover next, that you just need to think about. Jesus, when he talked to people on earth, he didn't say, "Hey, come with me, it's going to be great." He actually said, you need to count the cost, that the way is difficult. But I can tell you personally, though it's difficult, it is the best way. It is the way to the abundant life. So let's do this.